Hi guys, so I welcome you back on Jagdam Farms, your favorite channel where you get to learn everything catfish farming. So today on our channel, we are going to talk about disease prevention on catfish farms, specifically biosecurity measures on catfish farms. Many farmers tend to lose their stock to disease outbreak, and then they find it difficult to actually put in place measures to prevent the spread of disease or the introduction of infectious disease on their farm. So today we are going to dive deep into how to prevent disease outbreak on your farm. Kindly stay tuned. If you are a visiting viewer, kindly do well to subscribe to my channel. Kindly do well to like and share this video as well. So biosecurity measures are measures we put in place to prevent one, the introduction of infectious disease into our farm, two, the spread of disease within our farms. So we have three major classes of biosecurity measures when it comes to fish farming. We have the primary biosecurity measures, secondary biosecurity measures, and then the tertiary biosecurity measures. Remember, biosecurity measures doesn't necessarily have to be a fixture. No, it also can be a measure that you just put in place to prevent the spread of disease, whether into your farm or within your farm. So let's take the classifications one by one and then elaborate more on them. Primary biosecurity measures are measures we put in place to prevent the introduction of disease into our farms. So if you have a footbath installed right at the entrance of the farm, that is a primary biosecurity measure. So any measure that you put in place to prevent the introduction of disease from another farm into your farm is a primary biosecurity measure. Example is the footbath. Example again can be a washing basin where you place in front of your farm. Whenever someone is trying to enter your farm, you have to sterilize the sand before he enters into your farm. That is also a primary biosecurity measure. So let's move on to the secondary biosecurity measure. Secondary biosecurity measures are measures we put in place to prevent the spread of disease within our farm. So if you already have a bridge of first primary biosecurity measure, if you have a disease in your pond, let's say if you have two ponds and then one pond is infected, and then you don't want it to, the measures that you put in place to prevent it from reaching the other pond is known as the secondary biosecurity measure. So let's say I have two ponds, one of my fishes exhibiting signs of infections in one pond. So the measures that I put in place to prevent that disease from reaching the other pond is called the tertiary biosecurity measure. Let's move on to the tertiary biosecurity measure. So tertiary biosecurity measures are measures we put in place to boosting the immune system of our fishes in order for them not to be infected by any disease. So if you apply or if you administer an immune booster to your fish pond or to your fish directly, you are trying that process is called a tertiary biosecurity measure. So there are different forms of biosecurity measures. Some can be in form of a device. Let's say a UV light is a biosecurity measure. We also have some biosecurity measures practices that we also put in place. Let's say if you go to an hatchery and then before you introduce the stock into your farm, you have to sterilize it with, let's say, salt water. That is a biosecurity measure you're putting in place. So always ensure that you create your own biosecurity measures to prevent the spread of diseases in your farm or to prevent the introduction of disease from one farm to another. So in order to achieve a better biosecurity measure, one, you have to make sure that you sanitize your ponds. You have to make sure that you always perform a routine janitorials on your farm, clean your pond, wash your nets, the spoons you use, any device that you use on your farm. You have to make sure that you sterilize them from time to time. Thank you for watching this video. It is a brief introduction or brief elaboration on biosecurity measures. If you liked what you heard from this video, kindly like it, and then share as well for others to also benefit.